And good morning, everyone. I'm Brian Winnikins from Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM WRDN. We have 8th grade basketball for you this morning and this afternoon with the Assumption Royals. Our first game will be Assumption versus Eau Claire Regis. Then we'll have Regis and Arcadia. And then after that, it will be Assumption and Arcadia. So 3 games for you this morning and into this afternoon here on our live streaming service. And throughout the day, we'll be thanking our high school sports sponsors. And as always, we can't say this enough. Without the support of our sponsors, none of this happens, including the Goodrich Funeral Home, serving the Durand area for 5 generations. Visit goodrichfh.com to find out about pre-planning funeral services. Countryside Co-op, your Senex Ruby Fieldmaster distributor, Durand. SFB, Security Financial Bank, where electronic banking is easy. 212 West Prospect Street, Durand, and Advent Health of Durand. Time to feel whole with Advent Health of Durand. Visit adventhealth.com for more information. Again, we'll be thanking all of our sponsors throughout the day. We can't stress this enough that we need your help to thank our sponsors as well. Visit their businesses, give them a call, send them an email, and tell them thank you for supporting these live streams and also our broadcasts on the radio, because without their support, none of this happens. So please thank our sponsors. If you have a business or organization would like to be part of our broadcasts, we'd love to have you aboard. You can give us a call at WRDN at 715-672-8989. That's 715-672-8989. We are ready to go for our first game with Assumption versus Regis. And as always, because of the COVID-19 situation, there is no tip-off. It is just an inbound pass. Regis, of course, in the green uniforms with the white numerals. Assumption in the gray uniforms with the blue numerals. And we are ready to go. So it's going to be inbounded to Borst. That's Carrie Borst. She'll pass it off to Falbo. Now into the corner, the left corner. That's Market. And it's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Regis ball. We are obstructed a little bit on the stage here where we're set up. Again, the gym here at Assumption. There's no way I could be in the bleachers. Then I'd have no shot whatsoever. So they come out to the top of the key now. Loose ball. It goes out of bounds. It will stay Regis ball. And to inbound it, Sydney Marks for Regis. Inbounded pass into the corner. Loose ball. Still a loose ball. Shot put up. No good. And rebounded by Regis. And back over to Borst. Borst now over to Market on the wing. Now to Marks. Marks, they get it inside now to Borst. She puts up the shot up and in, and Regis takes a 2-0 lead. Inbounded now to Chloe Othen. She'll bring it up court for the Royals. And onto the wing now to Sabelko. Sabelko passes it off to Oth. Oth now to McMahon. And here comes a shot, no good. Rebounded by the Royals. Whistle and a travel. It'll go back to Assumption. And to inbound it will be Sawyer Sabelko. Sabelko now. Looking, and gets it out to Hoyt. Hoyt, top of the key, drives inside, kicks it out to the wing. 3 ball! Shot no good. Rebounded by Regis. Whistling a foul. Foul will be on Assumption. So it will stay Regis ball. And inbounding it will be Marks. Marks looking, bounce pass inside, loose ball, but Market comes up with it, stolen by Assumption, inside pass to number 33, and that's Allie McMahon, up and in. Addison Oth with the steal, so we're tied at 2. Full court press intercepted by the Royals, inside pass, shot no good, under, lays it, loose ball, still a loose ball, goes out of bounds. It will go back to Assumption, timeout. Regis, 17:23 remaining in the first half, and we're tied at 2. Thank you to Sundstrom & Company, your local tax experts. Call them now. It's tax season. 672-4425 and schedule your appointment. Shaw's LP Gas and Appliance, offering a full line of Whirlpool appliances. and along with installation and service at Shaw's LP Gas and Appliance, downtown Durand. Prime Realty of Durand and Mondovi. Visit their website at primerealtymidwest.com. Prime Realty, they are the area's #1 home seller. Adams Super Service, your Napa Gold Car Care Center, Durand, offering complete auto service and shuttle service and loaner vehicles while they fix your vehicle. Adams Super Service, Durand. NTech, your premier communications and entertainment provider, Durand. And Endless Summer Fitness and Tanning with around-the-clock fitness access, Durand. And also around-the-clock tanning access as well. Visit Endless Summer's Facebook page for daily, weekly, and monthly specials from Endless Summer Tanning and Fitness, downtown Durand. Thank you to all of our high school sports and sports sponsors as well. They make our broadcasts and live streams possible, so please thank them for their support. Assumption will keep the ball. And so it's going to be inbounded to Auth. Auth now back to Hoyt. Hoyt will pass it off to Sabelko. Sabelko top of the key now. Onto the wing to Auth. Back to Sabelko at the top of the key. Loose ball. Auth comes back up with it. Back to Sabelko on the left wing. Bounce pass inside. Trying to put up the shot. Whistle and a travel on Hoyt. So now it'll go back to Regis. Inbounding it now will be Borst. Borst looking and knocked out of bounds by Auth. We'll try that again. Assumption staying in a full court press. And Borst now looking, and intercepted. Intercepted again by Auth. Auth over to Hoyt. Hoyt now puts up the shot. No good. Loose ball, still a loose ball, and it's going to be picked up by Auth. Back over to Sabelko now. Sabelko top of the key. 2-3 zone by Regis. Over to McMahon. McMahon on the wing. They stand the outside now to Sabelko on the right wing. Back to McMahon at the top of the key. Now over to Auth on the left wing. And inside pass, shot, whistle, and a foul as Addison Auth will go to the line. Fouls on Bremis. And so going to the line to shoot two will be Addison Auth. And first free throw on the way is no good. Bunch of changes now coming in for Regis, including Mela Cassing, also Jacelyn Jensen. And next free throw on the way is good. Royals lead 3-2. Again, full court press. And loose ball, but inbounded now to Jensen. Jensen in the corner. She's trapped. Here comes the trap loose ball, and Assumption comes back up with it. And coming up with that loose ball is Emma Hoyt. And now here comes a three. Shot no good. Rebounded by Sabelko. She puts it up. Shot no good. Hoyt with the rebound. Whistle and a foul. Well, right now, Regis does not have an answer for the Royals' full court press. And now to the line for two is Emma Hoyt. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Durand Broadcasting, WRDN. First free throw is no good. While you are at our YouTube channel, don't forget to click the little bell for future notifications of upcoming events. Also, all of our broadcasts and live streams are archived. This will be archived on our YouTube channel, and it'll be available by tomorrow. An inbound pass stolen again. After the good free throw, Hoyt lays it up and in. Now 6-2 Royals. As Regis tries to inbound it, pass tipped, and tipped out of bounds. Looks like that might have been McMahon, number 33. Hoyt comes out. And Elsie Weinzierl comes in. Bounce pass inside, thrown out of bounds. Was it tipped? No, it was just thrown out of bounds. It goes back to Assumption now. So Sabelko to inbound it. Sabelko looking, still looking. Gets it out now to Weinzierl. Weinzierl puts up a shot, no good. Crashing the glass is Kurth. Kurth, though, loses the ball. And now another loose ball. Still a loose ball. Jump ball. It'll go back to Assumption. Victoria Kurth looks like, nope, check that. Sawyer Sabelko to inbound it. Royals lead 6-2, 13-19 left in the first half. And thrown out of bounds, so it'll go back to Regis. Inbounding it now will be Kassing. Kassing still looking, and bounce pass inside now to Hawker. Hawker comes back the other way. Loose ball. It'll stay Regis ball. And they will inbound it to our left. And inbounding it is Kassing. Kassing looking into the corner. And a foul on Assumption. So they will inbound it again to our left. We're on the stage, and we can't have the curtain all the way open. We do have some equipment up here, and some instruments that we can't have get knocked out of. If the ball comes flying at me, I would not be able to save the drum set. All right, so we'll try that again with Kassing now to inbound it for Regis. Looking, bounce pass and a loose ball now over to Jensen. Jensen comes up with it in the corner and stolen. Stolen by Addison Oth. Quickly back the other way now is Chloe Oth. And inside now to Kurth. Kurth, they kick it back out to the wing now. Inside to Kurth. Kurth back out to Chloe Oth. Puts up the three. Shot no good. And loose ball. The Royals come up with it. Now another three ball. Shot way off. No good. Rebounded by Kurth. Kurth has the ball knocked out of her hands. Here comes Regis, and then stolen back the other way by Chloe Oth. Inside to number 21, that's Weinzierl, and it's going to be a jump ball. It'll go back to Regis. And knocked out of bounds, and so we'll try it again. Stays Regis ball. As inbounding it is Kassing. And ball tipped, and coming up with the interception is Oth. Inside to Kurth. Kurth puts up the shot, rolls out, no good. Rebounded by Weinzierl, whistling a foul. Oh, and so we're ready to go with the inbound pass. Get some changes now from Regis. And inbounded to Oth. That's Chloe Oth on the wing. Long cross-court pass down to Weinzierl. Weinzierl puts up the shot. No good. Loose ball. And coming up with it is Assumption. And a shot put up and no good. And another fight for the ball. And Kurth in there trying to force the issue. And it will go back to Assumption on the jump. 6-2 Assumption leads. 9:47 left in the first half. As Kurth now kicks it over to Oth. That's Addison Oth. Back to Kurth to Addison. Addison will put up a long two out of the outside. No good. Rebounded by Assumption, number 23, Chloe Oth, and she gets fouled going up with the putback shot. So going to the line for two now is Chloe Oth. Thank you to Bowers LP Gas and Appliance for all of your propane needs, installation and service. It's Bowers LP Gas and Appliance, downtown Durand. First free throw on the way is good. Jerry Thompson Insurance Agency, hometown agents representing you, not individual insurance companies. And Jerry Bear & Sons, featuring dog and pet food from Nutrisource and Diamond, located by Annabis Silo, Highway 25, Durand. Next free throw on the way is good. And so the Royals lead 8-2. Regis now to inbound it. And that is Boris to inbound it. And fight for the ball once again. Jump ball. And it'll stay Regis ball. They'll inbound it to our left. Timeout. Regis. Thank you to Riverland Energy, your Touchstone Energy partner, the Chen Fitzsmith Funeral Home serving the Mondovi area. Find out about pre-planning funeral services by calling 926-3630 or visit chenfit-smithfuneralhome.com. And Bauer Bill Tire and Service, Durand and Mall Drive, Eau Claire. For your tire needs, oil changes, and more, it's Bauer Bill Tire and Service. Again, Durand and Mall Drive, Eau Claire. Please thank all of our sponsors. They make our live video streams and our over-the-air radio broadcasts possible. So please thank our sponsors. Give them a call, visit their business, drop them an email, tell them thank you for their support. If you have a business or organization and would like to be a part of our broadcasts, we'd love to have you aboard. Give us a call, 715-672-8989. That's 715-672-8989. Couple more games this afternoon from Assumption. Up next will be Regis and Arcadia, if I've read the schedule correctly. And then it'll be Assumption and Arcadia after that. Later on tonight, we'll have high school boys basketball. As the boys in action, Glenwood City. 7:05 with the Advent Health Panther preview and tip-off at about 7:15. That'll be on air on the radio and also through our live streaming service as well. So Regis to inbound it now. Forced to inbound it to our left. Knocked out of bounds by Sawyer Sabelko. Borst looking, and inbounded now to Falbo. Falbo pass stolen by Kurth. Kurth back to Sabelko. Bounce pass now onto the wing, back to Kurth. Kurth right wing, 3-ball shot short, no good. Goes back to Regis. (8-2) Royals lead, approaching the 8-minute mark of the half. Long pass intercepted by Hoyt. Hoyt inside to Sabelko. Sabelko dishes it off, shot put up, whistling a foul. And Kurth will go to the line for 2. And first free throw on the way is good. Next free throw on the way, no good. Rebounded by Assumption, though, with Weinzierl. A long cross-court pass over to Auth. That's Addison Auth. Inside, shot put up, no good. Loose ball, rebounded by the Ramblers. Oh, whistling a travel on Regis. So Kurth to inbound it to our right. And inside pass now, a bounce pass back out to Auth on the left wing. Long cross-court pass to Sabelko. Sabelko now to Auth, ball stolen. And, stolen back the other way by Hoyt. Hoyt drives in right baseline under, lays it, no good. Rebounded by Regis. And quickly back the other way, shot partially blocked. Loose ball coming up back the other way, now goes Hoyt. Hoyt up and in. And so Regis now to inbound it. 11-2 Assumption. Inbounded now to Market. Market quickly back the other way. Inside pass, shot put up, no good. Loose ball rebounded by Kurth. Kurth off to Auth. Back to Kurth. Over to Weinzierl. Weinzierl puts up the shot, no good. Rebound, whistling a foul. Hoyt will go to the line for 2. Down to 5:47 in the half. First free throw on the way is good. Have a running clock until the final 2 minutes of a half. As Auth comes out and McMahon comes back in. And next free throw on the way is good. 13-2 now, Assumption, as Regis to inbound it. And bounce pass inside, whistling a foul. Foul will be on number 33, McMahon. So we'll try it again. And inbounded. And Regis moves it down court. Ball thrown out of bounds. It'll go back to Assumption as Hoyt to inbound it to our left. And inbounded to Sawyer Sabelko. And she'll come up to the top of the key now. Over to the left wing to McMahon. Around the horn they go. Sabelko can't hold on to the pass. Loose ball. She fights for it, forces the jump. It'll stay Assumption ball. And some mass changes for Regis, including Sydney Marks coming back in. Emily Henriksen also in. And inbounded to Hoyt. Hoyt fakes the handoff, keeps it herself, drives the lane, puts up the shot, partially blocked, out of bounds. It'll go back to Regis. And inbounded now. Whoa, looked like the travel. Yep, that's what I thought that was going to be called. So it goes back to Assumption. And Sawyer Sabelko to inbound it. Sabelko gets it to Hoyt. Hoyt inside shot, whistling a foul. So Hoyt to shoot two. And first free throw on the way, no good. And the ball goes under the bleachers. Taken to the Cottage, from floral arrangements to gifts for mom. Don't forget Valentine's Day coming up, guys. And there'll be some specials, Valentine's Day specials starting Monday at the Cottage, downtown Durant. Next free throw by Hoyt on the way. No good, off the edge of the rim. Loose ball, still a loose ball. And a jump ball. It'll go to Regis. Forced to inbound it. And pass intercepted. Intercepted by Auth to Sabelko. Sabelko back to Auth. Right wing, three ball, shot no good. And try to save it, goes out of bounds. It'll go back to Regis. Approaching the 2-minute mark. And inbounded again. This time it's number 44, Jensen. Whistle and a double dribble. And inbounded now to Auth. Auth, a long cross-court pass to Sabelko. Sabelko, top of the key. Over to Addison Auth. They stay on the outside. Bounce pass to Hoyt on the right baseline. Kicks it back out to the top of the key now. Over to the left wing. And that is McMahon. McMahon now back over to Auth. Bounce pass inside. Shot put up. No good by Hoyt. And it'll stay with Assumption. Final 2 minutes of the half. The clock runs as if it was a normal game, so the clock stops now on the out of bounds. Inside pass, whistle and a foul. Going to the line for two is Hoyt. 13-2. Royals lead. Minute 24 left in the first half. Game 1 of 3 this afternoon. Or this morning and this afternoon. First free throw on the way. It's good. And next free throw on the way. Does not get the shooter's roll. Jump ball. It'll stay with Assumption. Crashing the glass was Addison Auth to force the jump. And Sabelko to inbound it. Inbounds it now to Chloe Auth. Now here comes the long two. Shot no good by Hoyt. And ball going to be knocked from behind out of bounds. And Regis to inbound it now to our right. Pass intercepted. Now it's a loose ball. Coming up with it is Auth and over to McMahon. Sabelko inside now. Inside pass to number 33, McMahon, and she gets fouled. So McMahon to shoot two. 14-2, Royals lead. Free throw on the way, no good. And free throw on the way, no good. Loose ball, coming up with it is Regis. Borst now back the other way. Cross-court pass thrown out of bounds. It'll go back to Assumption now. Under a minute remaining in the half. Inbounded to Chloe Auth. She'll bring her up court for the Royals. Sabelko now pass is going to be a loose ball, but pass inside to Hoyt. Hoyt now dishes it off. Shot put up and good by Chloe Auth. 43 seconds remaining, 16-2. Regis looking and intercepted. Intercepted again by McMahon. McMahon inside and gets the shooter's roll, and that's number 34, Addison Auth. 27 seconds remaining. Bounce pass now inside, nearly intercepted, but coming back the other way is Regis. Shot put up, no good. Rebounded by Sabelko. Sabelko back the other way. 10 seconds remaining. Onto the right wing now is Chloe Auth. Back to Sabelko. Sabelko bounce pass to Hoyt. Hoyt right baseline. Long cross-court pass now. Here comes a long two. Shot no good. And a rebound and a shot put up and in by Emma Hoyt to end the half. And so we are at halftime as the Royals lead 20-2. And we'll be back for the second half here coming up. Okay, if you're watching this, he missed it. So if you're watching this, the 50-50 raffle, the Regis assistant coach was the winner of the 50-50 raffle, and he's going to donate that back. It was a $122 pot, and he donates it back to Assumption. But he was the winner, and then they Carrie's like, well, maybe we should have him have to shoot a three-point shot to actually win the pot. Got about 2:45 remaining here in the halftime. And welcome back to Assumption as we get ready for the second half. Royals lead 20-2. Game 1 of 3 today. Next up, the schedule would be Regis and Arcadia. Regis to get the ball to start. All right, here we go. Regis bounce pass inside now. And it's stolen. And back the other way comes Assumption. That's number 23, Chloe Oth. And so now they'll have Assumption be without the full court press here, and stolen. Ball stolen by Sarah Sabelko. Up and under, lays it, no good. Rebounded by Regis, quickly back the other way. No good on the shot by Borst. Loose ball, Assumption comes up with it. And that is Kurth. Kurth inside to Hoyt. Hoyt shot no good. Rebounded by number 23, Chloe Oth. Whistling a foul. So going into the line for 2 is Chloe Oth. First free throw on the way, no good. And next free throw on the way, no good. Loose ball, still a loose ball. It'll go out of bounds. It'll go back to Regis. And so inbounded now to Borst. Borst across the timeline. Ball knocked out of bounds on the pass. Sabelko knocks it out of bounds, and we'll try it again. To our left. And so inbounding it now for Regis is Marks. Over to number 40, Borst. And a shot now put up by Sabelko is a 3 is good. And there we go. I'm going to have to duck out here for just a moment. All right, we're back. Hoyt now comes back up and lays it up and in. All right, so inbounded to Jensen. 16:30 remaining in the game. 27-2 Assumption. Over to whistling a foul now on the wing. And as Grace Marquette had it. No, timeout. Okay, we get a timeout. 16:24 remaining. Regis. Thank you to Durand Fresh Market, your hometown grocery store, Durand Fresh Market. Numbers Are Us, Common Sense Bookkeeping, and more. Also, daily money management services are available, along with a certified QuickBooks Pro advisor. Call Numbers Are Us at 672-8093 or visit them online at numbersareus.com or on Facebook. Durand Smokehouse, Highway 85, Durand. Coming up starting Monday, the Hog Sale at Durand Smokehouse, Highway 85, Durand. Riverside Grill, a Wisconsin country restaurant serving a real taste of Wisconsin. Not mistaken, Saturday night prime rib specials coming up, and that's at Riverside Grill, downtown Durand. 24/7 in West Wisconsin Telecom, building smart fiber optic communities from the ground up. Find out more, visit wwt.coop. O'Galley Cheese Factory. The store is open, of course, and O'Galley Cheese Factory features beef sticks, bacon, brats, and more from J.M. Watkins of Plum City. And Martin Transport of Mondovi, celebrating their 75th anniversary this year. Visit martin.com for the latest job opportunities. It's better in blue at Martin Transport. Please thank all of our sponsors. They make our radio broadcasts and live stream broadcasts possible. Without their support, we wouldn't be able to do this, so please thank them for their support. And pass inside, it's going to be knocked out of bounds. And it'll go back to the Royals, as inbounded it to Sibelco now. Pass is tipped out of bounds. And it'll stay Assumption ball. We'll inbound it to our right. Inbounded now to Auth. Auth now to Sibelco. Sibelco to the top of the key. Long cross-court pass out of bounds. And so it goes back to Regis. Clock running down to 15:45, 27-2. Assumption leads. Assumption back into a half-court defense. As bringing it up court is Hawker. Hawker now. Bounce pass over to Market. Market comes to the top of the key, tries to get it inside, loose ball. Still a loose ball. Coming up with it is Auth. Auth passes it off to Chloe Auth. Check that to McMahon, who overlays it. Goes out of bounds on the loose ball, but it will go back to Regis. As bringing it up court now is Hawker. Hawker now pass inside of the corner, and that is Bremis. Bremis now tries to drive the baseline. Stolen by Weinzierl. Weinzierl back to Kurth. Kurth over to Sibelco. Sibelco comes up across the timeline now. Pass onto the wing. Bounce pass inside. Shot put up. No good. Loose ball rebounded by Regis. That is Bremis with the rebound. And back the other way goes Hawker. Hawker now to Bremis. Bremis top of the key, tries to drive inside, gets cut off. Here comes the trap. Over to Hawker. Hawker now back to the top of the key. Has to pass it off now to Market. Market back inside to Hawker. Hawker turnaround shot, no good. And loose ball and jump ball. It'll go back to Assumption. Get some changes now for Regis, including Carly Borst coming back in. And number 26, Mela Cassing, also coming back in. All right, inbounded now to Sibelco. Sibelco brings it up court, comes to the top of the key now. Bounce pass onto the wing, long cross-court pass over to McMahon on the left wing. Bounce pass inside now to Kurth. Kurth has to kick it back out. Shot by number 21, Elsie Weinzierl. She's fouled and will go to the line for two. First free throw on the way is good. Makes it 28-2 Assumption. And next free throw on the way is good. So 29-2, Cassing to inbound it. Inbounds it to Borst. Borst now will bring it up across the timeline for Regis. Pass into the corner to Jensen. Puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Auth. That's Addison Auth. Back the other way come the Royals. And shot put up and good. A 3-ball from Sawyer Sabelko to make it 32-2 Assumption. As the Regis now across the timeline. Newly intercepted. Shot put up. No good. Loose ball rebounded by Addison Oth. Here come the Royals back the other way. Come across the timeline now. Over to McMahon. McMahon to Sabelko. Sabelko bounce pass inside. Now we get a shot from Addison Oth from the outside. A 2-pointer to make it 34-2. Inbounded now to Borst. Borst across the timeline. Drives inside. Splits 2 defenders up and in. Nice move by Borst to split the 2 defenders and head to the post. Back the other way comes Sabelko. Bounce pass on to the wing over to Oth. Oth back to McMahon. McMahon now to Sabelko. She double dribbled and it'll go back to Regis. Hoyt comes back in and Chloe Oth comes back in. It's like Sabelko and Kurth will take a seat. So inbounded now to Borst. Borst comes across the timeline. Whistle and foul, offensive foul on Regis, and so it goes back to Assumption. Inbounded to Chloe Oth. Bounce pass inside, shot put up and good off the left baseline by Elsie Weinzierl. And back the other way comes Borst. Borst now to the wing, over to Jensen. Jensen now puts up the shot, no good. Rebounded by McMahon. McMahon now back the other way. McMahon over to Oth. Inside pass now to Hoyt. Hoyt puts up the shot. No good. Tip. Rebounded by Jensen. Jensen back the other way for Regis. Stolen by Hoyt. Hoyt comes back for Assumption to the top of the key. Now she has the ball stolen from her. And on a break is number 44. Passes it off to Borst. Borst puts up the shot and a whistle and a foul. So the steal by Jensen. Passed it off to Borst, and now she'll go to the line for 2. 36-4. Assumption leads. 10-17 left in the game. First free throw was no good. Free throw on the way. It's good. So 36-5 now, and rebounded to Chloe Oth. Oth across the timeline now, back to Addison Oth. Addison Oth to Weinzierl, and now we get a long 3-ball from the top of the key. Shot no good, and rebounded by Kurth. Another 3-ball. Shot's good this time. Oh, they're going to say a 2. She was on the line. Allie McMahon. So 38-5 Assumption. And back now to Jensen. Jensen on the right wing. Tries to drive inside, puts up the shot from the right baseline, gets the shooter's roll. And so coming up court now, Chloe Oth. Over to Weinzierl. Weinzierl now inside pass to Hoyt. Hoyt puts it up and in. Back to Borst now. Borst across the timeline. Pass tip. Loose ball. Coming up with it is McMahon. McMahon now back the other way for Assumption. Over to Oth. Oth back to inside now to Hoyt again. Hoyt drives the lane up and in. Nice pass from Chloe Oth to Emma Hoyt. 42-7 now Assumption. Borst across the timeline. Over to Jensen. Jensen passes it back to Borst. Borst turnaround shot in the lane. Shot no good. Rebounded by the Royals. That's Emma Hoyt with the rebound. She'll come back the other way to the wing. Long cross-court pass now to McMahon. McMahon on the right wing. Back to Oth. Now to Addison Oth. Addison Oth now to McMahon. Inside pass now to Weinzierl. Puts up the shot. No good. It'll go out of bounds, and it will go back to I'm going to say it was tipped going out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Royals as Oth now, or check that, Kurth now to inbound it. Over to the top of the key now. That's Hoyt. Pass tipped, but coming up with it is McMahon on the left wing. Bounce pass back out to the outside. Now inside pass to Hoyt. Hoyt driving lane up and in. 44-7, Royals lead. 7:26 remaining here in the game. Across the timeline now comes Hawker. Hawker comes down to the right wing. She's going to try and drive inside. She can't do it. Now she gets trapped over to Falbo. Falbo pass inside, intercepted. Intercepted by Addison Oth. She'll pass it off to Chloe. Chloe will come across the timeline now. Pass is tipped out of bounds by Hawker. It'll stay Assumption ball. They'll inbound it to our right. Inbounded to Hoyt. Hoyt, long cross-court pass now over to Addison Oth. Addison Oth inside to Kurth. Kurth turnaround hook shot. Gets the shooter's roll. And so inbounded now to Hawker. Hawker across the timeline now. Pass nearly intercepted, but Regis comes back up with it. And now over to Hawker, top of the key. Hawker's pass this time is intercepted by Emma Hoyt, and she'll lay it up and under. Lays it no good. Rebounded by Chloe Oth. She puts up a shot, no good. Loose ball. They're scrambling for it. Assumption comes up with it. Pass to Kurth. Kurth puts up the shot. She'll go to the line for two. First free throw on the way. No good. Next free throw on the way. Again, no good. And so it'll go back to Regis. Inbounded now to Abby Hawker. Across the timeline is Hawker. Looking for a pass inside. Loose ball now as it's knocked away by Kurth. Jump ball. It'll stay Regis ball. And they will inbound it to our left. Inbounded now to Hawker. Hawker comes down to the right wing. Pulls up the dribble. Now she's in trouble. Here comes the trap. Loose ball. And coming up with it is Addison Oth. Puts it up. Overlays it. No good. Rebounded by Chloe. She can't. The shot no good. They kick it back out to Kurth on the wing now. Inside pass to McMahon. McMahon puts up the shot. No good. Loose ball. Rebounded by Regis. That's Henriksen. And back the other way come Regis. 46-7. Assumption leads. 4:41 remaining in the game. Inside pass now. Shot put up by number 34 Hawker. No good. It goes out of bounds. Tipped off of, I think Assumption tipped it. That would have been number 33 McMahon. So it'll stay Regis ball. And quick inbound. Knocked out of bounds. I think by Kurth. Nope, it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Regis. Couldn't hang on to the pass, so it goes back to Assumption. So inbounding it now will be Sabelko. Sabelko now over to Oth. Off to Sabelko. Bounce pass to Kurth inside. She has the ball knocked out of her hands by number 29 to Falbo. So back the other way comes Regis. Bounce pass inside now to Marks. And shot put up, no good. Rebounded by Sabelko. She'll come across the timeline now. Sabelko. Pass to McMahon on the right wing. Back over to Oth. Bounce pass inside to Addison Oth. Tries to put up the shot, no good. And loose ball, Regis comes up with it. Back over to Hawker. Hawker across the timeline now. Pass tipped out of bounds by number 33, Allie McMahon. 46-7. Assumption leads down to 3:10 left in the game. And bounce pass now over to Hawker. And ball thrown out of bounds. Pass intended for Falbo. So we'll go back to the Royals. Coming up across the timeline is Auth. Auth to Sabelko. Turnaround shot now by Weinzierl. Shot no good. Rebounded by Market. Market now to Hawker. Hawker will come across the timeline for Regis. She'll drive inside. Puts up the shot. Does not get the shooter's roll. Goes out of bounds. And it will be Assumption ball. So inbounding it now will be Auth. Auth now inbounds it to Sabelko. Sabelko across the timeline. Is back onto the wing now to McMahon. Over to Auth. Auth to McMahon on the left wing. Back over to Sabelko. Sabelko to Kurth. Kurth now over to Weinzierl. She puts up the shot. No good. Loose ball. Still a loose ball. Still a loose ball. It's kicked. It's rolling. And coming up with it is Sabelko finally. She comes back over to the top of the key now. Over to Auth. Auth inside pass to Kurth. Intercepted. Kurth, though, steals the ball away. Now it's going to have the ball stolen from her. It'll be a jump ball. It'll stay Assumption ball. And minute 42 left. Assumption leading 42-7. And inbounded now to number 33. And that's Allie McMahon. And she splits the defenders and up and in. 48-7 now. Across the timeline, ball thrown out of bounds. It'll go back to Assumption. Inbounded now to Sabelko. Sabelko comes down to the right wing, over to Auth. Inside pass now to Kurth. Kurth puts it up and in. As coming up now is Hucker across the timeline. Down to a minute 10 left in the game. Whistle and a travel. And so it goes back to Assumption. Inbounded now to Sabelko. Sabelko coming across the timeline now. Kick it back over to McMahon. McMahon now to Auth. Auth at center court. Back to Sabelko on the left wing. 47 seconds remaining. Staying on the outside is Auth. Auth inside pass to Weinzierl. Weinzierl puts up a shot. No good. Rebounded by Market. Market now to Hawker. Hawker will come across the timeline for Regis. Pass into the corner now to Bremis. Bremis now inside pass. Shot no good by Market. Loose ball and a whistle and a foul. Will be on Assumption, so going to the line for two is number 31 at Marks. 28 seconds remaining. Assumption leads 50-7. Free throw on the way, no good. Free throw on the way, no good. And loose ball and rebounded by Kurth. Kurth now back to McMahon. Into the corner. Back over to Sabelko. Sabelko on the outside at the top of the key. 10 seconds remaining now. Over to McMahon. McMahon back to Addison Auth. Addison Auth to McMahon. McMahon to Auth, or check that to Sabelko. Bounce pass down. That's the game. 50-7. Assumption wins this game over Regis. We have more basketball on the way. We'll have Regis and Arcadia here coming up at about 12:30. We're just going to leave the live stream running, and we will be back with our second game here coming up in about 40 minutes or so. So welcome back as we get ready for our next game. This one is Arcadia and Regis. And then we will have Arcadia and Assumption after that. So game 2 of 3 this afternoon from Assumption Middle School in Durand. I'm Brian Winnikins. All right, so it's Arcadia and Regis, game number 2, and Regis will get the ball to start. And so we are underway. Hucker now will come down to the wing, into the corner, and it's thrown off of Caitlin Bremer. And so inbounded now to Jensen. Shot put up, no good. Rebounded by number 34, and that was Hucker. Tried to get it on the baseline to number 26, Cassing, but it goes out of bounds, so it'll go back to Arcadia. And Walters will bring it up the timeline for Arcadia. To the top of the key now. On the wing, and pass intercepted. Coming back the other way for Regis, number 15, and that is Market. Make it 2-0 Regis. Katie brings it up across the timeline now. That is number 50, Hensley. And inside on the baseline, pass inside. Loose ball, but coming up with that loose ball is Walters on the left wing. Long cross court pass now over to Kujak. Kujak now passes it back to Walters. Walters shot put up, no good. And coming back the other way now is Regis, and that's Jensen. Jensen lays it up and no good. Rebounded by number 32, Bremer, Caitlin Bremer. Back the other way goes Arcadia. Now to Kujak and to number 34, Sukla on the wing. To Hensley, and stolen. Ball stolen. Back the other way. Shot put up and good. And that is Jacelyn Jensen with the steal and the basket. So 4-0 Regis. Over into the corner now is number 34, and that's Sukla. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay Arcadia ball as it was off Regis. And inbounded to Sukla now. She'll go on that right baseline once again. Tries to kick it back out. Loose ball. Coming up with it, though, is Arcadian. But then the pass is intercepted. Intercepted by Market. Market has the ball knocked out of her hand by number 32, Bremer. And so it'll stay Regis ball. Timeout. Arcadia. 4-0, Regis leads. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Durand Broadcasting, WRDN. We have all of our sporting events archived there. Also, city council meetings, interviews as well. And, of course, our live streams, too. That's at Durand Broadcasting, WRDN. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And while you're there, click the little bell for notifications of future upcoming events. So 4-0, Arcadia, or Regis leads over Arcadia. We'll have one more game this afternoon, and that will be Assumption in Arcadia coming up. Later on tonight, we'll have boys basketball for you, too. Panthers taking on Glenwood City, and the boys' side, that'll be from Durand High School. All right, so it'll be Regis ball. And inbounded now to Hawker. Hawker has the ball. Jump ball, forcing the jump. Caitlin Bremer forces the jump. Inbounded to Walters now. She'll bring it up court for Arcadia. Cross-court pass now to Sukla on the wing. Now into the corner is Kujak, and pass loose ball, but Bremer comes back up with it at the top of the key. Bremer now to Kujak, and whistle and a was knocked out of bounds. So we'll try it again. Walters now to inbound it. Inbounds it now to Hensley, and ball stolen. Ball stolen again by Jensen. Jensen has the shot blocked by Hensley, but it's a foul. And going to the line now for 2 is Jensen. Free throw on the way is good. Free throw on the way. No good. And rebounded by number 32, Caitlin Bremer. And shot put up, no good. And on the rebound, it'll be a foul. Foul will be on Bremer. So inbounded now by Borst. Borst comes up court, comes to the top of the key, puts up a shot, partially blocked, goes out of bounds. It'll stay Regis ball. And so inbounding it now will be Marks to our left. And inbounded now to Jensen. Jensen puts up the shot, up and in. So 7-0 now, Regis. As Arcadia's Walters comes across the timeline now. Pass over to Kujak. Tries to put up a shot, no, and has to kick it back out. Now a cross-court pass over to Heggelson. Now we get a shot on the way. Shot no good by Bremer. And a jump ball. And so coming up across the timeline is Borst. Borst now passes it off into the corner. Back to the top of the key. Over to Bremer. Or Bremes. And now a shot put up again. Number 44, that is Jensen. Puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Bremer. Pass over to Walters on the wing. Back to Kujak. She'll put up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Borst. Borst to Jensen to Bremis. Shot put up by Jensen. No good, and it comes over to me. So it will stay with Regis. Inbounded now to Jensen. Jensen puts up the shot. No good. Rebounded by Bremer. Bremer back the other way to the top of the key now to Kujak. And bounce pass now to Bremer. Bremer back to Walters. Comes back to the top of the key now. Over to Kujak on the wing. Shot put up, no good. Rebounded by Bremnes. And back the other way now comes Borst. Shot put up, no good. Rebounded by Bremnes. Gets it back over to Jensen. Oh! Jacelyn Jensen with a long two. 9-0 now. Regis. Excuse me. Arcadia across the timeline now. Kujak bounce pass over to Bremer. Bremer puts up the shot, no good. Get some changes here for Arcadia now. As Hesley comes in. And so inbounded now to Borst. Borst across the timeline. And shot put up quickly, no good. And it'll be off of Arcadia, so it will stay Regis ball. Regis leads 9-0, 11:52 remaining in the first half. Inbounded to Jensen. Jensen now kicks it back over to Falbo. Falbo puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Borst, shot no good. Rebounded by Marks now. Another shot put up, no good. Still a loose ball, and it's going to be a jump ball. As Hagelson was fighting for it. And inbounded to Bremer. Bremer now back to Sukla. Sukla will come across the timeline for Arcadia. Back to Hesley. Hesley now kicks it over to Bremer. Loose ball, but coming up with it is Caitlin Bremer on the wing. Over to Hesley. Hesley now puts up a long shot, no good. And loose ball, still a loose ball, still a loose ball. And now we get the jump ball. So we'll go back to Regis. Nope, I'm going to say Arcadia, okay. So Arcadia will remain in possession of the ball and inbounded to Higgleson. Inside, and it's stolen. Pass stolen. Stolen by Market. Market back to Hawker. Hawker, inside pass to Falbo. Shot no good. And jump ball. So it'll stay Regis ball this time. And bounce pass inbounded to Hawker. Hawker puts it up and in. So inbounded now to Sukla, who will come across the timeline for Arcadia. And now long shot from the outside once again by Hegsley. No good. Rebounded, though, by Bremer. Around the horn they go. Over to Bremer now. That's Alex Bremer. And now pass over to Sukla. Sukla on the left wing. Shot put up, no good. Whistle and a foul. (11-0). Regis leads. 9 minutes remaining in the half. So over to Sukla now. Sukla back check that. Market now has it. Market on the wing. Bat to Hawker. Hawker to Falbo. Onto the left side now. Loose ball coming up with it. Number 34, and that's Sukla. Sukla back the other way for Arcadia. Into the corner to Bremer. Bremer back to the wing. Over to Hesley. Hesley now loses the ball. Coming up with it is Market. Market, though, gets her pocket picked and does force the jump. It'll stay Arcadia ball. The initial steal was Alex Bremer. Coming in for Arcadia now, number 20, Olivia Kujak. And so inbound it to Sukla, back to Kujak, and she'll bring it up across the timeline for Arcadia. Regis leads 11-0. Whistling a foul. Foul be on Regis. Walters to inbound it. Inbounds it to Kujak. Kujak from the free throw line, shot no good. And rebounded by Arcadia. Walters now whistling a jump. So it'll be Regis ball now. Inbounded to Borst. Borst across the timeline. Borst now from the right wing, shot no good. Rebounded by Regis. Over to Jensen now. Jensen whistling a foul. And inbounded Jensen now. Jensen over to Market and puts up the shot, no good. Another shot put up, no good. Rebounded by Regis. Back to Jensen and puts up another shot, no good. And rebounded by Bremnes. It'll be off of Walters. Timeout Regis with 6:26 remaining here in this first half. And thank you to the Goodrich Funeral Home, serving the Durand area for 5 generations, and your location for your authorized location for monuments from Lifetime Memorials. Countryside Co-op, find out about the Cenex Total Protection Plan warranty for your farm equipment today. SFB Security Financial Bank, where electronic banking is easy. 212 West Prospect Street, Durand. And Advent Health of Durand. Time to feel whole with Advent Health. Visit adventhealth.com for more information. Please thank all of our sponsors that make our broadcast possible here on WRDN. NASCAR coming up once again this year here on WRDN. On February 9th, we kick off our NASCAR coverage with Speed Weeks from the Daytona International Raceway. It'll be the Busch Clash. That'll be on February 9th here on WRDN and online at realcountry1430.com. All season long, we'll have the NASCAR Cup Series and the Xfinity Cup Series as well. All right, here we go. So Marks to inbound it now. Marks inbounds it to Market now. Jensen over to Borst. Borst puts up the shot, no good. Whistle and a foul. So inbounded to Walters for Arcadia. Long cross-court pass intercepted by Bremnes. Bremnes gets it off to Borst. Borst puts it up and in. 13-0 now. Regis. And across the timeline is Walters. Walters now to Hesley. Hesley whistling a foul. Timeout Arcadia with 5. 13-0. Regis leads. Later on tonight, we will have high school basketball for you on air and online. As Durand hosting Glenwood City, the Advent Health Panther preview at about 7:05, tip-off at 7:15 from Durand High School. We still have one more game here this afternoon, and that will be the Assumption-Arcadia match. All right, so our timeout is done. Excuse me. Arcadia gets the ball. Walters to inbound it. Walters gets it out to Sukla. Sukla now at the top of the key. Back to Walters on the wing. And a shot put up, no good. Rebounded by Hagelson and whistling a jump ball, they'll call it. Stays Arcadia's ball. Inbounded to Hesley. Hesley now on the right wing, inside to Walters, but a loose ball. Still a loose ball. Coming up with it is Regis. Jensen puts up the shot. Does not get the shooter's roll. It'll stay Regis' ball. All right, so it was a legal screen, and so goes back to Arcadia. So Walters will bring it up court for Arcadia. Over to Hesley. Hesley now back to Walters. Walters puts up the shot, no good. Loose ball coming up with it is Market. Market back to Borst. Borst to Jensen. Jensen shot no good. It'll stay Regis' ball, and we're going to host of changes here. And so Regis to inbound it. Inbounded pass over to Hawker. Shot put up, no good. Rebounded by Kujak. Kujak will pass it off to Sukla. Sukla now on the wing. Back to Bremer. Bremer to Walters. Walters now over to Caitlin Bremer. And pass intercepted. Wow, what a nice interception by Hawker. Hawker stops, and it's going to be stolen back the other way, forcing the jump, number 34, Sukla. It'll stay Regis' ball. Cassing to inbound it. And inbounded to Sukla. Sukla puts it up, no good. And jump. So we'll go back to Arcadia. Kujak to inbound it to Walters. And back to Kujak now. Over to Sukla. Sukla now top of the key. Back to Bremer. To Walters. She'll try and drive inside. Now pass is intercepted and kicked out of bounds by Walters. Inbounded to Hawker, minute 55 remaining in the half. And pass can't be, goes out of bounds. So go back to Arcadia. 13-0. Arcadia. Over to Jensen. Jensen now, whistle and a jump ball. Timeout. Timeout, Regis. As Regis leads it by a score of 13-0. Coming up on to halftime here, and then we'll have our second half, and then coming up it'll be Assumption and Arcadia in our third and final game from Assumption School today. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Durant Broadcasting WRDN. Don't forget to click the bell for notification of future events. As we also we archive all of our high school broadcasts there, city council meetings, a lot of interviews with area leaders and agriculture folks. That is at our YouTube channel at Durant Broadcasting WRDN. Again, like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell for notification of future events. All right, here we go. Regis to inbound it. And a nice pass to Falbo. Falbo to number 31, Marks. Marks puts it up and in. So Walters across the timeline now. Over to Sukla. Sukla at the top of the key. Back to Bremer. 15-0 Regis. Under a minute remaining. Ball stolen. Ball stolen again. That's number 34. That's Hawker. Hawker stops. Shot no good. Gets her own rebound. And shot put up by number 26. That's Cassing. Shot no good. Rebounded by Regis once again. Over to Hawker now. Hawker nearly stepped on the line, but didn't. And Hawker now drives back inside. Puts up the shot. No good. Rebounded by Marks. Whistling a foul. So pass inside down to Henriksen. Henriksen though has the ball stolen. Stolen by Bremer. Bremer back the other way. Lays it up and no shot. Travel. So Regis ball now. Cassing to inbound it. Whistling a foul. And inbounded now quickly to Hawker. Hawker gets the pass off. The shot no good. Rebounded by Arcadia. We're at halftime. 15-0. Regis leads Arcadia. And we're at halftime, and we'll be back. All right, we're back as we are ready to go for the second half here with Arcadia and Regis. And Arcadia to get the ball first. So, inbounded to Bremer. Bremer to Walters. Walters now will drive inside, puts up the shot, whistling a foul. She'll go to the line for two. First free throw on the way, no good. And free throw on the way is good. So Arcadia on the board, 15-1. And inbounded to Hucker. Hucker quickly across the timeline. Inside now to Hucker, puts up the shot and good. 17-1. Regis. Walters now into the wing. Now back to Bremer. Bremer puts up the shot, no good. Loose ball, coming up with it is Hucker. Hucker back the other way, puts up the shot, whistling a foul. So going to the line for two will be Hucker. And the first free throw is good. And next free throw on the way. Nope, lane violation. So it goes back to Arcadia. 18-1, Regis. And Walters across the timeline now. Pass nearly intercepted over to Hagelston. Back to Walters. Inside pass now to number 50. Shot turnaround jumper, no good. Rebounded by number 20, and that is Kujak. She gets fouled. Going to the line for two will be Olivia Kujak. Free throw on the way. Nope, no shot. Stepped over the line. Free throw no good. And rebounded by Market. Back the other way come Regis. Jensen, shot, good. Jacelyn Jensen makes it a 20-1 ball game. As Walters across the timeline now to Kujak. And Regis fighting for it. Kujak has to pass it off to Hesley. Hesley now over to Walters. Walters inside to Kujak. He'll go into the lane, whistling a foul. Walters to inbound it now to our left. Passes it out to Sukla. Sukla puts it up. Shot no good. Save it from the camera. And inbounded now to Hucker. Hucker quickly back the other way. Lays it up and no good. Underlays it. Rebounded by Arcadia. Now Jensen with a shot. No good. And fight for it under the hoop and a jump ball. It'll stay Regis ball. Inbounded to number 40, Carly Borst, and she puts the shot up. 22-1 now. Regis over to Walters. Walters back over to Kujak, puts up the shot, whistle, a foul. And so Walters to inbounded, intercepted by number 26, and that is Cassing. Cassing has her pass, though, intercepted back the other way. Here comes Hesley. Hesley back to Walters. Walters right wing, squares up, shot, no good. And it will be a Regis ball. So inbounded now to Borst, whistling a foul. Nope, they're going to call travel, so we'll go back to Arcadia. And inbounded now to Hagelson. Hagelson, now here comes a shot, no good. Rebounded by Bremnes. And back the other way comes Regis. Over to Borst. Borst, top of the key. Over to the wing now to Marks. Marks, she'll drive in. Puts up the shot. Whistling a foul. So going to the line for two will be Sydney Marks. First free throw on the way is good. Timeout Arcadia with 13:17 remaining. Thank you to Sundstrom and Company, your local tax experts. Give them a call at 672-4425 to schedule your appointment today. Shaw's Gas, your answer for clean, cost-effective propane for your home energy needs. That's Shaw's Gas, downtown Durand. Prime Realty of Durand and Mondovi. Visit their website at primerealitymidwest.com. Prime Realty, they are the area's #1 home seller. Adams Super Service, your Napa Gold Car Care Center, offering you complete auto service. N-Tech, your premier communications and entertainment provider, Durand, and Endless Summer Fitness and Tanning with around-the-clock fitness and tanning access downtown Durand. Visit Endless Summer's Facebook page for daily, weekly, and monthly specials from Endless Summer Tanning and Fitness downtown Durand. Please thank our sponsors. They make our broadcast possible and our live streaming possible as well through our website at realcountry1430.com and on our YouTube channel at Durand Broadcasting, WRDN. 23-1, Regis leads. We have one more game coming up. Assumption will play Arcadia. Still have free throw yet to complete for Marks. Free throw on the way. No shot over the line. So inbounding it to Walters. Walters across the timeline now. Or check that over to Kujak. Kujak now back to Bremer. Bremer at the top of the key to Caitlin Bremer now. Cross-court pass to Walters on the right wing. She'll come back to the top of the key. Over to Kujak. Kujak bounce pass now over to Caitlin Bremer. And stolen. Ball stolen. And shot put up and in. And that's by Carly Borst. To make it 25-1. As Kujak now across the timeline over to Cadence Hagelson. Or check that, that's Alex Bremer. And now over to Walters. Walters, pass inside, can't hang on to it, and loose ball stolen by Bremnes. And so Regis gets it back. Over to Cassing now. And across the timeline, shot put up, no good. Rebounded, it looks like, by Walters. Nope, check that. That's number 32, Bremer. So Bremer now off to Kujak. Puts up the shot, no good. And rebounded by Bremnes. Bremnes now back to Borst. Whistling a foul. Foul will be on Walters, and so they'll stay with Regis for the ball. And inbounded now to Bremnes. Puts up the shot, no good. And loose ball coming up with it, number 32, Brenner, and she'll come across the timeline for Arcadia. Puts up the shot, long two, no good. Rebounded by Regis. Marks to Borst. Borst puts up the shot, no good. Another rebound, shot, no good. And whistle and a jump. So we get some changes here. It'll go back to Arcadia. Inbounded to Kujak, and she'll put up a three. Shot no good. Rebounded by Bremer. Loose ball coming up with it is Caitlin Bremer. She puts up a shot no good. It'll stay Arcadia ball. And inside pass, nearly intercepted, but coming up with a loose ball is Bremer. That's Caitlin Bremer. Now over to Kujak. Kujak on the wing, whistling a travel. And so Henriksen to inbound it. Inbounds it to Hawker, whistling travel. All right, so Arcadia will get the ball back. Walters to inbound it. Walters' pass knocked out of bounds. Inbounded to Kujak, and shot put up, no good. And saved, but then Arcadia gets it. And this time it goes out of bounds off of Hagelson, and so it'll go back to Regis. So inbounded to Sukla. Sukla back to, or check that, inbounded to from Jensen. And she'll put up a shot. No good. And rebounded by Arcadia. And that is number 20, Kujak. Back the other way. Whistle and a jump ball will go back to Regis. Down to 8:50 left in the game. Jensen, bomb, intercepted. Intercepted by Hagelson. Hagelson back to Walters. Walters down to the wing. Over to the top of the key now to Kujak. Pass inside, intercepted. Intercepted by Market. She'll hand it off to Hawker. Some changes now for Arcadia. And so inbounded now to Kujak. And she'll come across the timeline. Over to Bremer. Bremer now back over to Kujak on the wing. Whistle and a travel. So it'll be Regis ball after the travel. And inbounded now to Hawker. Hawker to Jensen. Inside pass now to Market. Market puts it up. No good. Loose ball. Coming up with it is Hawker. And loose ball. A shot put up. No good. Another shot put up. No good. It will be off of Arcadia. And so inbounded now to Jensen. Jensen puts it up, rolls in and out, no good. Rebounded by Market. Market puts up a shot, no good. And rebounded by Bremer. She'll pass it off to Kujak. Back the other way comes Arcadia. Pass inside, stolen, knocked away. Jensen comes up with it. And off to the races she goes. Tries to get it inside to Hawker. And it will be thrown out of bounds. So inbounded now to Kujak. 6:38 remaining in the game, 25-1, Arcadia. And pass intercepted. Intercepted by Market. Market off to Hawker. Hawker to Jensen. Jensen puts up the shot, no good. Whistling a foul. Not a So, inbounded now to Kujak, and she'll come across the timeline. Pass nearly intercepted. Back to Kujak. Kujak will put up the shot, no good. All right, here we go. The ball was out of my reach. I had to get up. And so inbounding it is Sukla. Shot put up right away. No good. And out of bounds. Go back to Regis. All right, inbounded now to Hawker. Hawker's pass is going to be intercepted. And back the other way comes Arcadia. Ball knocked out of bounds. And so Arcadia to inbound it to our right. Inbounded to Hagelson. Now they go on to the wing. Long cross-court pass into traffic. And coming up with the loose ball is Borst, and she'll put it up and in. And coming back the other way is Sukla. Sukla now across the timeline to the top of the key. Back to Bremer. Bremer now over to Kujak. Kujak to Sukla. Sukla to Hagelson. Hagelson loses the ball, regains control. Back to Bremer. Bremer over to Kujak. Kujak inside now to Hagelson. Puts up the shot, no good. And out of bounds. Trying to save it. Number 31, Marks, but it'll stay with Arcadia. 4 minutes remaining in the game. Sukla to inbound it. Inbounds it to Hagelson. And top of the key now over to Walters. Walters over to Hesley. Hesley puts up a long two. Shot no good. Rebounded by Marks. Marks to Borst. Borst inside pass. Shot partially blocked. Jump ball. Oh, foul. They're going to call a foul. And so it will go back to Arcadia. And inbounded to Walters. 27-1, Regis. Walters now over to Sukla. Sukla puts up a shot, no good. And back the other way comes Borst. Borst up and in. Inbounded to Walters now. Across the timeline. Over to Hesley. Hesley now. Cross-court pass nearly intercepted. And it is intercepted by Marks. Marks' pass, though, was intercepted by number 34. That's Sukla. And then another loose ball, and coming back the other way is Regis. That's number 40. That is Borst. Shot no good. Back the other way comes Arcadia, whistling a foul. Going to the line for two will be number 32, Bremer. First free throw in and out, no good. Free throw on the way, no good. Rebounded by Arcadia. Over to Jensen now. Jensen, quickly back the other way. Puts up the shot, no good. And rebounded by Arcadia. That's Caitlin Bremer. And now Walters puts up a shot, no good. And jump ball. Timeout, Regis. So 29-1 with 1:36 left in the game. And coming up, we'll have the Arcadia Assumption game. That'll be our third and final game here from Assumption today, but then we'll have more basketball tonight with Durand hosting Glenwood City in boys basketball. We'll have that on the radio, on our audio streaming service, and our live video streaming service as well. Drive with some extra caution here later on today and into tonight. Winter weather advisories are in effect for the listing area. Could see up to 3 inches of snow, even some freezing rain as well. So if you have to do some traveling, take a little extra time. So Jensen to inbound it now. Inbounded now to Henriksen. Henriksen back to Jensen. Jensen loses the ball, stolen, and Arcadia comes up with it. Whistle and nope, it'll be jump ball, so it'll go back to Arcadia. So inbounding it will be Bremer. Bremer now to inbound it to Walters. Walters now. Pass inside, intercepted. Intercepted by Bremnes. Across the timeline to Jensen. Jensen on the wing. Over to Market now. Into the corner to Cassing. 53 seconds remaining. Inside pass now to Bremnes. She'll bounce it back out to Henriksen. Henriksen to Jensen. Nearly lost the ball. It'll be Regis ball. 40 seconds remaining. And inbounded now. And now it's a loose ball. Still a loose ball. And coming up with it is number 32, Bremer. And inbounded now to Hesley. Hesley now. 28 seconds left. Oh, tries the cross-court pass to Hagelson, but the ball's thrown out of bounds, so they'll go back to Regis. And quickly inbounded to Market. Market back to Cassing. Cassing down to the wing, over to Jensen. 18 seconds remaining. Pass. No one there. Stolen by Bremer. Whistling a foul. And it hits the mic. So we get a couple of free throws here. 11 seconds remaining by number 32, Bremer. That would be Caitlin Bremer. And next free throw on the way. In and out, no good. Loose ball. It'll stay Arcadia ball with 11.1 seconds remaining, and Walters to inbound it. And inbounded to Sukla. Sukla whistling the jump. It'll stay Arcadia ball. Inbounded now to Higgelson. Whistling a foul. Oh, travel. Okay, so it goes back to Regis. 4 seconds remaining. Back to Jensen. That's the game. 29-1 is our final score of this second game. Coming up, we will have Arcadia and Assumption, and that'll be coming up in just a bit. We'll keep the stream running, and we'll be back. And welcome back as we get ready for our final game this afternoon from Assumption, with Assumption taking on Arcadia. I'm Brian Winnekins from WRDN, and welcome again. Welcome everyone watching on our live streaming service this afternoon at our YouTube channel at Duran Broadcasting, WRDN, and also through our website as well at realcountry1430.com, and just click on the live streaming tab. So Arcadia will get the ball first to start. All right, and we are underway. Inbounded to Walters. Walters now comes to the top of the key, puts up the shot, no good. And rebounded by number 23, and that is Oth up and in. And it's 2-0 Royals. Inbounded to Walters. Walters across the timeline, intercepted by Kurth. Kurth overlays it, no good. Walters now will take it back the other way. Comes over to the top of the key now. Bounce pass into the wing. That is Hesley. Hesley now passes it off to Bremer. Bremer puts up the shot, no good. Rebounded by Assumption, and with the rebound is number 23, and that's Oth. Oth comes down to the wing on the left. Into the corner now, inside pass to Kurth. Kurth's shot partially blocked, and it will stay Assumption ball. Oh, it'll go back to Arcadia, rather. All right, so inbounded to Walters. 2-0 Assumption. Back the other way is Walters. Walters at the free throw line, pass intercepted. Intercepted by Ellie McMahon. McMahon puts up the shot, no good. Rebounded by Bremer. Bremer now across the timeline. Pass intercepted again. Intercepted by McMahon. Lays it up and in. Inbounded now to Walters. Walters across the timeline. Into the lane. Turns around. Shot put up. No good. Rebounded by Arcadia. Shot put up. No good. And rebounded by Addison Oth. Oth across the timeline now. Over to Weinzierl. Weinzierl puts it up and in. 6-0 now Assumption. And inbounded to Bremer. Bremer across the timeline. Try to drive in. Puts up the shot. Count it and the foul. So Bremer to the line to try to complete the three-point play. And the free throw on the way is good. So 6-3 now, Assumption. And across the timeline now comes Oth. Oth down to the wing. Inside pass to Addison, or to McMahon. And shot no good. Rebounded by Walters. Knocked out of bounds by Addison Oth. And Walters to inbound it on the right, or on the left rather. Walters looking. Pass tipped, and coming up with it is Addison Oth. Over to Kurth. Kurth's shot partially blocked, and getting the loose ball is Kujak. Kujak quickly back the other way, then stolen once again. Back comes Addison Oth. Over to McMahon. Now McMahon to Kurth. Kurth bounce pass to Auth. Auth now to Chloe Auth on the wing. Shot put up by Kurth, no good. Rebounded by Chloe Auth. Shot put up, whistle and a foul. And Chloe Auth to the line for two. 6-3 Assumption. First free throw, in and out, no good. And free throw on the way is good. Inbounded to Walters. 7-3 Assumption leads. Walters now pass into the corner, tipped out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say it is off of number 34, and that was Sukla. So it will go back to the Royals. And bringing up court now is Chloe Auth. Over to Kurth, and whistling a stoppage of play. Okay, a foul, and so against Arcadia, so it'll stay Assumption ball. Inbounding it now will be Sawyer Sabelko. She inbounds it to Hoyt. Hoyt drives into the lane, puts it up and in. And now inbounded to Kujak. Kujak across the timeline at the top of the key. Pass intercepted. Intercepted by Weinzierl. Lays it up and no good. Whistling a foul. Going to the line for two now is Weinzierl. Free throw on the way, no good. And free throw on the way, no good. Loose ball, and Weinzierl gets her own rebound into the corner. And pass inside to Weinzierl. She puts up the shot, no good. Rebounded by Bremer. Bremer across the timeline now for Arcadia. And timeout Arcadia with 13:34 remaining here in the first half. 9-3 Royals lead. And thank you as well to our high school sports sponsors. And they include Bowers LP Gas and Appliance for all of your propane needs, installation and service. It's Bowers Gas, downtown Durant. Jerry Thompson Insurance Agency, hometown agents representing you, not individual insurance companies. Jerry Bear & Sons with custom-made feed for livestock from Hubbard Feeds, located by Annabis Silo, Highway 25, Durant. Riverland Energy, your Touchstone Energy partner. The Chet Fitzsmith Funeral Home, serving the Mondovi area. Find out about pre-planning funeral services by calling 926-3630 or visit chetfit-smithfuneralhome.com. Bowerbill Tire and Service. Let Bowerbill take care of all of your automotive needs under one roof. Call them at 672-8300 or you can visit them online at bowerbilt.com. Please thank all of our sponsors. They make our broadcasts and live streams possible. Without their support, we wouldn't be able to bring you these games. So please thank our sponsors for supporting our broadcasts. Okay, the timeout is done. It will be Arcadia ball. Sukla to inbound it to our right. Sukla now looking. Pass inside. It's going to be stolen. And into Kurth. Kurth puts up a shot, whistling a foul. Pass initially stolen by Sabelko, and so Kurth to the line for two. First free throw on the way, no good. Free throw off the edge of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Sabelko. Sabelko now will get it inside to Hoyt. Hoyt puts it up and in on the pass from Chloe Off. Inbounded now to Kujak. Kujak over to Bremer. Bremer now bounce pass and the ball will go out of bounds. It will be off of Assumption, however, and so it will be Arcadia ball. And so here we go. Now inbounding it will be Hesley. Hesley will inbound it to Kujak. Kujak will come across the timeline for Arcadia. Now she's in trouble. Pass inside, going to be intercepted. Intercepted by Hoyt. Hoyt now onto the wing. Hoyt over to Weinzierl. Now inside pass to number 22, Sawyer Sabelko, and it's good. 13-3, Assumption. And Walters puts up the shot, no good. Jump ball. So we'll go back to Assumption. And coming up court now is Off. Off across the timeline. Over to Kurth. Kurth on the wing and redirects traffic here. Bounce pass into the corner. Now inside. Back out to Kurth. Kurth over to Sabelko on the right wing. Back inside now to Weinzierl. Puts up the shot. Whistle and a foul. Going to the line for two now will be Weinzierl. Free throw on the way is good. Next free throw on the way. No good. And rebound, or Kurth had it for a moment, but coming up with the ball is Hesley. Hesley now. Back the other way, stolen. And stolen by Oth. Oth into the corner. Hoyt, shot no good. Rebounded by Kujak. Kujak back the other way for Arcadia. 14-3, Royals. Kujak in a little trouble. And coming up with the loose ball now is Sabelko. Lays it up and in. Inbounded now to Walters. Walters across the timeline. And shot partially blocked. It'll stay Arcadia ball. McMahon and Addison Oth coming in. And so Walters to inbound it. And the loose ball, but coming up with it is Kujak. Kujak's pass intercepted. Intercepted by Sabelko. Sabelko lays it up and in. Inbounded now to Walters. Walters across the timeline. Inside pass. Nice inside pass. Shot put up. No good by Hagelson. And a rebound and a shot put up and in. Makes it 18-5 now, Assumption. As across the timeline comes the Royals. Over to Hoyt now at the top of the key. Loses the ball, but will regain control. Start over now. Into the corner now. Inside that pass to McMahon. Puts it up. No good. Loose ball. Be a foul on Assumption. So Sukla to inbound it. And inbound it to Walters. Walters comes over to the top of the key now. Stop and will hand it off to number 32, Bremer. Bremer tries to drive inside, loses control of the ball, and Assumption comes up with it. And over to Kurth now. Check that's Sabelko. Sabelko now into the left corner. Long cross-court pass now to McMahon. McMahon to Hoyt. Hoyt, right baseline, up and in. 20-5 now, Assumption. As Walters will bring it up across the timeline. Pass intercepted. Intercepted by Sabelko. Sabelko. Bounce pass to number 23, Auth. Auth overlays it. Rebounded by Sabelko. Shot no good. Rebounded by Walters. Walters will bring it back the other way now. Comes down to the wing. Does a spin move. Now puts a shot up. No good. Goes out of bounds. Oh, it's saved. And shot no good. Still a loose ball. And now this time it goes out of bounds. It'll go back to Assumption. And we get a timeout. Arcadia. Thank you to the Cottage, from floral arrangements to gifts for mom. And don't forget, Valentine's Day as well is coming up. It's the Cottage, downtown Durand, the JK Auto Body and Rod Shop, Madison Street, Durand, featuring metal fabrication, custom painting, car restoration, and collision repair. Durand Fresh Market, your hometown grocery store. Durand Fresh Market. Numbers are us. Common sense bookkeeping, daily money management, and more. They're a certified QuickBooks Pro advisor. Call 715-672-8093 or visit them online at numbersrus.com. You can also visit them on Facebook. Durand Smokehouse, Highway 85 Durand. The hog sale starting on Monday at Durand Smokehouse. Riverside Grill, a Wisconsin country restaurant serving a real taste of Wisconsin. Of course, they got the chicken specials going on, or prime rib specials tonight. And also chicken specials tomorrow at Riverside Grill. West Wisconsin and 24/7 Telcom, building smart fiber optic communities from the ground up. Find out more. Visit wwt.coop. O'Galley Cheese Factory, now available at the store as cheese curds, homemade cheese curds from O'Galley Cheese Factory. And Martin Transport of Mondovi, celebrating their 75th anniversary. Visit martin.com for the latest job opportunities. It's better in blue at Martin Transport. Please thank all of our sponsors. They make our broadcasts possible and live streams possible. Please visit their stores, give them a phone call, drop them an email, tell them thank you for supporting our broadcasts. They're the ones that make these broadcasts possible. All right, we're all set, ready to go after the timeout. Inbounded now to Auth. Full court press by Arcadia now into Hoyt. Hoyt loses control of the ball, but saved by Addison Auth. Now back inside to Hoyt. Hoyt shot. Whistling a foul, counted in the foul. And free throw on the way is no good. Loose ball coming up with it is Bremer. And Bremer will go back the other way. 22-5 now. Royals whistle and a foul. So it's an offense. Wasn't. Nope. Okay. It's foul was on Assumption. Okay. So it stays Arcadia ball. Walters looking, and inside now stolen. Stolen by number 34. That's Addison Auth. Auth to Hoyt. Hoyt now back the other way. Hoyt at the top of the key now into the left corner. Nice inside pass to Sabelko. Sabelko kicks it back out to Hoyt. Hoyt from the free throw line. Good. Inbounded now to Walters. 24-5 now. Assumption. Walters, top of the key. Over to Hesley. Hesley now has the ball stolen. And coming up with the loose ball was Sabelko. Sabelko to Hoyt. Ball stolen, though, this time by Bremer. Bremer back the other way. Bremer now fakes right, goes left, drives inside, puts up the shot, partially blocked, and coming up with the loose ball is McMahon. McMahon back the other way. McMahon now into the left corner. Long cross-court pass over to Auth. Auth now to Sabelko. Sabelko inside to Hoyt. Hoyt drives the lane up and in. 26-5 now, Assumption. And across the timeline is Walter. Walter tries to drive inside the lane, loses control of the ball, but regains control, gets it to Sukla. Now pass is going to be tipped by Hoyt. Loose ball out of bounds. It'll go back to Arcadia. So inbounded to Walters. Walters across the timeline now. Comes down to the top of the key. Drives inside, puts up a shot, no good. Coming out of the traffic with it is Sabelko. Sabelko to Kurth. Kurth to number 34, and that is Addison Auth, up and in. Inbounded to Walters now. 28-5 Assumption. 4 minutes left in the half. Over to Bremer now. Bremer back to Kujak. Kujak now will try to drive it inside. Can't do it. And ball knocked away and stolen. Stolen, looks like, by Auth. Nope, check that's McMahon. McMahon now across the timeline to Sabelko. Sabelko back over to Weinzierl. Now to Kurth. And now here comes a 3-ball. Shot no good. And rebounded by number 32, Bremer. Bremer on the break and lays it up, whistling a foul. She'll go to the line for 2. And so going to the line for 2 now. Number 32, Caitlin Bremer for Arcadia. Free throw on the way is good. Emma White comes back in. Next free throw on the way. Gets the shooter's roll. 28-7 now. Assumption. Across the timeline comes Sabelko. Sabelko now on the wing. Throws it into the corner. Back over to Hoyt. Hoyt now to Auth. Inside pass now to Hoyt. Hoyt up and in. Nice job by Assumption. 30-7 now. And bringing it across the timeline will be Bremer for Arcadia. Stops in the lane, gets it off to Walters. Walters now bounce pass across court to Sukla. Sukla will put up the shot, partially blocked, and rebounded by Hoyt. Hoyt back the other way. Inside to Weinzierl. Puts it up under, lays it, no good. It'll go back to Arcadia. So inbounded now to Walters. Walters across the timeline. Tries to drive inside. Puts up a shot through Hoyt. Shot no good. Rebounded by Kurth. Kurth to Hoyt. Inside now to Auth. Here comes a shot from Kurth. No good. Rebounded by Walters. Walters across the timeline now. Walters looking for some help. And pass nearly stolen, but coming up with it is Bremer. And now this time it is stolen. And that's Sabelko. Sabelko now to the top of the key. Over to Kurth. Kurth comes to the top of the key into the corner. Now into Kurth, who drives into the lane, whistling a foul. She'll go to the line for 2. First free throw on the way is good. Free throw on the way. Gets the shooter's roll. 32-7 Assumption. As Walters will bring it up across the timeline. And pass intercepted. Intercepted by Auth. Auth tries to get it to Sabelko and over and back. Bremer to inbound it to our left. Inbounds it to Walter. She'll drive into the lane. Falls and then loose ball, and it will be a foul. Foul will be on Arcadia, so it will go to Assumption, and we've got the bonus. And so Weinzierl to shoot the 1-and-1. First free throw good. No good. And a loose ball, still a loose ball coming up with it is Walters. Walters on the break, comes down to the right, or left wing rather. Looks for someone inside and finds them, and that is number 20, Kujak, whistling a foul though. And so going to the line now, shooting 2 is Kujak. First free throw, no good. Next free throw on the way is good. And inbounded now to Sabelko. 30 seconds remaining in the half. Assumption leads 33-8. Inside pass now to Sabelko. They kick it back out. Shot put up by Oth, no good. And rebounded by Kujak. Kujak will put up a long 3. Shot no good. Rebounded by Oth. That's Addison Oth. Addison Oth over to Weinzerl. Weinzerl pass inside, intercepted. Intercepted by Bremer. 4 seconds left, 3 seconds left. And over to Walters. Walters puts up the 3. No good. We're at halftime. 33-8. Assumption leads. We'll be back after halftime. All right, our halftime is done, and so we get underway. And Arcadia will get the ball to start. Inbound it to Walters. Walters comes across the timeline. Tries to drive inside now. Has the ball stolen. Hoyt with the steal. And back the other way comes Emma. Excuse me. Emma now over to Auth. Auth inside pass to Kurth. Kurth puts it up. Shot no good. Another shot and whistling a foul. And so going to the line for two will be Kurth. First free throw on the way, no good. And inbounded now to Bremer. Bremer tries to drive inside, loses the ball. Coming up with it is number 23, and that is Auth. Auth now back over to Kurth. Kurth now to Hoyt. Shot put up and good. And inbounded to Walters. Walters now across the timeline. Into the corner. They try to drive inside. Is Kujak whistling a foul. And going to line for two is Kujak. First free throw, no good. Next free throw on the way is no good. And rebounded by Sabelko. Across the timeline now. Putting up the shot is McMahon. Rebounded by Assumption. With the rebound is Sabelko. And ball knocked out of bounds. And shot put up and in. And coming back the other way now is Hoyt. All right, we're back. Sorry, we had a technical issue at the station I had to deal with here and managed to get that fixed. So apologize for that. 45-8, Assumption leading. And inbounded now to Auth. Auth will come across the timeline. And now a long two, and that's from Sabelko, up and in. And coming across the timeline now is Kujak. Kujak over to Bremer. Bremer's pass inside, stolen. Stolen by Weinzierl. Weinzierl back to Auth. Auth now over to Weinzierl. Weinzierl to Sabelko. Sabelko puts up the shot. Good. So 49-8 Assumption. 10 minutes remaining in the game. And across the timeline now, whistle and a foul. So looking and inbounded now to number 32. That's Bremer. Bremer puts up the shot. No good. Rebounded by Hegelson, and she puts the shot back up and in. So across the timeline now comes Chloe Auth. Inside pass to Sabelko. Nice job up and in. And so across the timeline is Kujak. Kujak now. We'll come down to the wing. Here comes the trap. Whistle and a travel. Kurth comes back in, and Hoyt comes back in. So inbounded to Sabelko. Sabelko across the timeline now. Bounce pass inside, stolen. Stolen by Bremer. Bremer back the other way. Comes into the lane. Puts up the shot. Blocked by Hoyt. And loose ball. And finally, Assumption comes up with it. Kurth has it. Kurth across the timeline. 51-10. Inside pass to Hoyt is going to be a loose ball. Hoyt, though, comes up with it. Gets it inside to Kurth. Kurth overlays it. No good. And back the other way it comes Arcadia. Kujak puts up the shot, whistling a foul. So first free throw on the way. No good. And next free throw on the way is good. So inbounded now to Sabelko. Sabelko, on the horn they go over to Weinzierl. Weinzierl now into the wing, and then off to Kurth. Kurth puts up the shot, no good. Rebounded by Hegelson. Number 44 is Bremer. Bremer now back to Sukla. Sukla tries to get it inside, knocked away by Weinzierl. And it'll stay Arcadia ball. And inbounded to Bremer, whistling a foul. And timeout. Arcadia as Assumption leads 51-11, 6:41 remaining in the game. high school basketball tonight as we have Durand at Glenwood, or Durand hosting Glenwood City rather, and we'll have that game for you here on WRDN. The Advent Health Panther preview will be at about 7:05 and tip-off at 7:15. Tonight on air, our streaming audio service and live video streaming service as well. It's coming up tonight. All right, here we go. So Arcadia will have the ball here after the timeout. Actually, I guess we have. All right, here we go. So here we go. So Walters to inbound it, still looking, and gets it to Hesley on the wing. Walters drives inside, up and in. And so now to Sabelko. Sabelko across the timeline now. Inside pass to Hoyt. Hoyt up and in. Check that was number 34, Addison Oth, with that last basket. Makes it 53-13 Assumption over to Sukla. Sukla now top of the key. Tries to drive inside, puts up the shot. Oh, nice shot by Sukla. Inbounded now to Sabelko. Sabelko across the timeline, bounce pass to Kurth on the wing. Kurth's pass knocked out of bounds. Will stay Assumption ball. And Sabelko to inbound it. Inbounds it to Hoyt. Hoyt on the wing. Long cross-court pass to Sabelko. Sabelko drives in, and the shot is good. Walters coming up across the timeline now. Inside pass knocked down by Weinzierl, and coming up with it is Oth. Oth back the other way. Oth now to Sabelko. Sabelko inside to Kurth. Kurth's shot does not get the shooter's roll. She kicks it back out to Sabelko. Sabelko, 15-footer, shot no good. Rebounded by Oth. Oth counted in the foul. So try to complete the three-point play is Oth. And the free throw on the way, no good. Rebounded by Arcadia. Coming up with the rebound is Bremer. Bremer drives into the lane, whistling a foul. She'll go to the line for two. So first free throw on the way is good. And free throw on the way, no good. Rebounded by Hoyt. Hoyt now back across the timeline for Assumption at the top of the key now. Over to Sabelko. Sabelko inside pass to Hoyt. Hoyt goes up, whistle, and a foul. Foul will be on Arcadia going to the line for two. Will be Hoyt. First free throw on the way is good. And free throw on the way, in and out, no good. And rebounded by Walters. Back across the timeline now is Walters. She'll go into the lane, then she kicks it back out, and ball stolen. And loose ball now, coming up with it is Kurth. Kurth back across the timeline for the Panthers, or for the Royals, rather. I was going to do that at least once. And shot put up no good by McMahon. Over to Bremer now. Bremer across the timeline. Bremer in the lane. Now she's kind of getting trapped here. Got Hoyt all over. And knocked away again. Still a loose ball. We got people on the ground. And 4 on the ground now and a jump ball. All right, get another timeout. 58-16. Royals lead. This final game this afternoon from Assumption Middle School here in Durant. Thank you to Carrie and the rest of the folks with the Assumption basketball for the invite to have us come down today to do the live stream. We'll have more basketball for you tonight. Durant taking on Glenwood City in boys hoops from Durant High School. I know the wrestling regional going on this afternoon over at Durant High School. They were setting that up right after the game last night. And they'll start switching the gym back from wrestling to basketball here this afternoon. All right, getting ready for the end of the timeout here. 2:40 remaining here in this game, and Assumption leading 58-16. And inbounding it will be McMahon. She'll inbound it now to Auth. Chloe Auth across the timeline onto the right wing. Inside pass to Hoyt. Hoyt drives up and in. So Walters now across the timeline. Comes down to the wing. Passes it off to Hesley. Hesley now will try to drive in. And ball knocked away, but coming up with a loose ball is Kujak. Kujak now loses the ball, and it'll go out of bounds. It'll go back to Assumption. And inbounded now to Auth. Auth across the timeline now for Assumption. Comes over to the wing, loses the ball, but coming up with it is, a long 2 by Hoyt. McMahon had come up with it and got it off to Hoyt, and top of the key, a 2. All right, so across the timeline now, Bremer. Minute 38 remaining here in the game, 62-16, Assumption. And over to Hesley now. Back to Walters. Walters tries to drive in, loses control of the ball. Loose ball, and coming up with it is Hoyt. Hoyt now to Auth. Auth across the timeline. Over to Hoyt on the right wing. Bounce pass to McMahon. McMahon works off the screen. Goes down to the right baseline, puts up the shot, no good. And a jump ball. It'll go to Arcadia. Minute 5 remaining in the game. And inbounded now to Bremer. Bremer across the timeline. Bremer into the corner. And a shot put up by Kujak. Nice shot from the right wing. 62-18. Assumption. Across the timeline now over to McMahon. McMahon's pass is tipped out of bounds. It'll stay Assumption ball. And Kurth to inbound it. Inbounds it to McMahon on the right corner. Back over to Hoyt on the right wing. Long cross-court pass now to Auth. Auth over to Kurth. Kurth drives into the lane, puts up the shot, whistling a foul. So Kurth to shoot 2. First free throw, no good. And next free throw on the way is good. 63-18 now. And Walters across the timeline. 30 seconds remaining in the game. Walters in the lane, loses the ball. Hoyt comes up with it. Hoyt back the other way now. Across the timeline for the Royals. Long cross-court pass now over to Weinzierl. Weinzierl to Auth. Auth to Kurth. Whistle and a foul. And so going to the line for the 1-and-1 is Kurth. And first free throw on the way is good. (64-18) now. Assumption, and free throw on the way. No good, and rebounded by Hoyt. Hoyt puts the shot up and in. And across the timeline comes Walters. Pass is intercepted by Kurth. Kurth to Hoyt, and that'll wrap it up as Assumption wins this afternoon 66-18. That's going to wrap things up here from Assumption this afternoon. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks to Assumption School as well for inviting us. You've been watching Assumption 8th grade basketball. I'm Brian Winnikins. Have a great day.